You arrived at your destination. Digital Street is on your right. Bismillah.
All right, welcome back to Digital Street, aka your girl's favorite podcast. So if it's your first time here, we literally own a street in the metaverse called Digital Street. And every week, Sadra and I meet up here and we just teach you about the rapidly evolving tech and business scene so that you can stay up to date. But yeah, so this week we got Sharaf on, Big Daddy Sharaf,
No, I actually go by the name BBC. People
BBC.
actually call me that at school. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so
Bro,
basically,
thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys for having me. I know this is going to be like the biggest podcast in North America. So, all you listeners, tune in.
100. So let me give Sharaf a quick intro. So basically, he's a two-time MVP of the NBA. He has a Guinness World Record for the most drip in the world, and he actually has three birthdays. So that's a fun fact.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
this week, all right, we're sorry, were you done, Razook?
no, that was 100% like his real intro, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
Now
yeah, so
let me
this week,
introduce him for real. Let me introduce him for real.
Bro, that's my
But
real
yeah,
intro. Okay, now go on the fake intro.
all right, fake intro, yeah. So Sharaf's, yeah, he's a really good friend of mine. We've been friends since high school, and we actually met at a bus stop randomly, and that's
That's
when we
true.
first became friends. And yeah, we actually ran a startup together. And Sharaf's studying at Queen's University now. He's on like a full scholarship from the Schulich scholarship, I believe. Schulich Leader scholarship, and he also started Odak in high school, which is like a neurotech startup. And and yeah, we basically did a bunch of door-to-door sales together, applied to YC for the first time together. And yeah, we learned a bunch of shit together and went through a bunch of naive experiences. And yeah, we're here.
We're
yeah.
here,
So
boys. We're here. We're up.
if you don't mind asking me, Sharaf, what are you majoring in at Queens?
I'm majoring in life sciences. It's kind of a big riff draft. I started off at comp sci, then I switched into life sci, and now I'm gonna stick with life sci, but I'm gonna go into business after undergrad.
Okay, interesting. So yeah,
Yeah.
like we said with our guest today, we're gonna go into a little bit of everything. First, we're gonna talk about startups and like the experiences you have when you're in that kind of like environment, the life you live. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about neurotech. Like Marzouk said, Sharaf has some experience with that. Then we're gonna go into artificial intelligence and music, how that ties in. We went a little bit over it last podcast, but we're gonna go a little bit deeper now. And then we're gonna end off with my segment, AI or human made. If you guys don't know what that is, stick around and you will find out. So yeah, we can start first off with artificial intelligence and music.
Yep, let's do it. So Sharaf sent us this like pretty funny music video a couple minutes ago, and he wanted us to listen to it on the podcast. So
Yeah,
Sharaf,
all
if
you
you want to
Kanye
start it.
listeners, bro, all you Kanye listeners, listen up. Do you know about AI music? It's new and upcoming. We got rappers like Drake, Kanye singing the most craziest shit. And it's not even like they're singing it. It's their voices on other music videos. And here's a little segment by Ice Spice, Boy's a Liar Part 2 with Kanye's West. All right, let's go.
Pick up the inside your
Let
heart,
me know your
and even to
thoughts.
me. I will have to hold my breath till you get down on one knee because you don't even to hold me when I'm lacking good enough. Did you ever put me when you ever did trust?
Oh,
Every time I hold my head, there's any up there.
yeah, I
But
can
if
move
I
some.
see you one day, disappear because it's cracking the book. It's
I'm gonna bust it down, bro.
for me was like,
That sounds like a nursery rhyme.
Come on. Read out of 10, boys. Read out of 10. Yo, this guy just turned into a cat.
Sandra
Bro, I
goes
was
so hard. This
vibing.
guy turned into a cat. This guy turned
That's
into
how
an NFT cat.
that's how hard I was vibing.
We're in the metaverse, bro. We could turn into anything we want. How was that, man?
It sounded like a nursery rhyme
Interesting.
to me.
It did,
A
yeah.
nursery rhyme?
Yeah.
Bro, I've been listening to this on repeat. When I'm doing work, I listen to this on repeat at least for the last like 2 days. No joke. But yeah,
That's insane.
anyways, it's crazy how like in terms of the next big things, they're completely unexpected. They could be completely entertainment based like this. And I don't know what to say, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
it's insane how people are just making music with AI now. And we spoke a bit about it last podcast, how artists' jobs can be taken over by AI, but we're we're seeing an advancement in new software as usual when there's like why are you laughing, Sandra?
Oh, I wasn't laughing.
Oh, okay. This guy's always laughing
You're
randomly.
not that
I had
funny.
to ask. But yeah, so there's always an advancement in tech when there's in like software like SaaS when there's new advancements in tech. So there's recently been a tool called Musicfy.lol that's come out, and you could basically create AI music on it, and you could monetize um you could sell the rights to your voice as well on this platform, I think. So we spoke about it in the last podcast that Grimes is accepting 50% royalties for anyone that creates AI music using her voice. So this platform allows you to create AI music with anyone's voice, and it also allows artists to give rights to their voice.
Wait, so you're telling me that you upload a music video and you could put in your own voice into this?
Yeah, uh, the possibilities are endless.
Yo, all you
Uh,
SoundCloud rappers, listen up, man. This is the next wave. All
I don't
right.
think you can put. Can you put like your own voice over a song? I think you can just select a song and then put an artist over it. Like Merzu, could you put your own voice over that same song and like sing it or?
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
it seems like. I mean, I don't listen to music or want to try to remix anything, but like you guys feel free to do it and try it out. So like I'm pretty sure like from the website it seems like you could clone your voice and add it onto like any song.
Interesting.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure you basically just have to create the lyrics and then you clone a few voices, however many voices you want to add to the song, and then you just choose which part of the song you want to be sung by like a specific person.
Interesting. Yeah, you
Should be
can definitely
something
have
like
That's
that.
some
crazy.
nice collabs in this.
Why don't you listen to music? You're probably the only person in Toronto who doesn't listen to music.
Only person in Toronto, I doubt that. We have a bunch of immigrant parents over here who don't listen to music.
Well, you're not even an immigrant, bro. You're first generation, no?
Yeah, I know, but like just people in Toronto
Then
in
why you why
general.
you why are you trying to hop on the immigrant wave, bro?
Because that's the new wave. You gotta go old school.
That's a new wave. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's jokes, bro.
But
But
yeah,
dude,
there's
how
this
much do
new
you think
tool.
business? Yeah.
What's up? No, go ahead.
How much
I'll
how much
talk
do you
about it
think
later.
businesses like this would be making? Like for something like Musicify?
Hmm.
Do you think they're making bank bank?
I think
I
it's
think
pretty.
I was gonna say like you probably right now you're probably gonna have a lot of problems with like regulation and laws.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how monetized this can be, but in the future, if we have like regulations that allow people to kind of license their voice, I'm sure that these guys would be very, very profitable since like all artists are gonna be looking to kind of use this in their own advantage.
Yeah, 100%. It's pretty early right now. I don't think they're charging. I don't think they're charging. They're just focused on getting new users and stuff. And I think this launched like a few days ago, and it's already at 200K songs generated or 200K requests, something like that. it's grown a lot in the past few days, and like the growth's probably going to be continue to be viral.
For sure.
There's also this
That's
tool
insane.
called NewMusic.AI, and with that you could basically find like all of this new AI music that's being generated.
It's pretty fire. It's pretty
This is
fire.
like
So
this is similar to like the wave of like in the past year or so. There was probably, I think it was past year, that there was this new wave of creating AI images, right? And using stable diffusion and like Dolly, like people created a bunch of like people have been creating AI images. And so what I'm seeing this as is like Musicfy is the video creator, like Stable Diffusion was. I mean, sorry, the music creator. Like you could create any AI music that you want to. And New Music AI is like the search engine for all of this new music. Just like there was when Stable Diffusion came out, there was the Stable Diffusion tool, and then there were search engines for all of these new images, which one of them is lexica.art, which is it's basically a tool that allows you to create new images, and it's also a search engine, create new AI images, and it's also a search engine for AI images. So these tools might follow a similar
Hmm.
trend.
interesting. So we're kind of seeing the same AI trends being replicated in like different genres.
Yeah. So the pricing model and all will could be similar, like $20 a month to create 20 songs. They could get creative with the pricing model using like, of course, like Alex or Mosey's pricing techniques and stuff. But I doubt that people are in the SaaS space are going to do that.
Interesting.
But yeah, probably like some type of pricing model like that, like $20 a month, something like that to generate music, and then like searching for AI music will obviously be free. But yeah, I think we could talk about menu list now, which is
Let's do
something that
it.
Sharaf and I started. Sharaf and I and one of our other friends, Ahmed, we started it in 2020, I think,
Hmm.
in
Yeah,
August of
Ahmed Big Dogs,
2020.
respect to him.
Yeah. So we basically started a startup. It wasn't really a startup. I guess we should call it a business because we didn't. A startup is something that grows really fast. We grew decently fast, but we
Not really
basic
fast. We weren't really that profitable either. It's probably a completely different like profitable scale compared to something like Musicify,
yeah,
but it was a lot of learning experiences. It's
yeah,
crazy
100%.
because we spent at least like 1,000 hours each into this
Yeah.
business. I
Mhm.
mean, at least not even in the entire span of it. Marzouk spent a lot more time on it. In the first 6 months, we spent at least 1,000 hours. That's an entire full-time job over our schooling. And we were going out to every single restaurant in Toronto. We were asking these business owners, hey, could we set up QR code menus in your restaurants? All of these business owners, for some reason, they'll be like, no, 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 get out, fuck off. And for us, it was tough. It was tough. We got a couple clients, which was pretty big. Um, but at the end, at least in the past, after 6 months, we weren't even profitable in any way. We were still hundreds of bucks deep in our bank account. And yeah, it's just crazy. But Marzuk, where did Menulist take off to after that?
Didn't take off to anywhere. We didn't do
Because
much
I
after
know.
that.
So it's not a thing
Mm,
anymore?
Not really. So like one big thing for me now has been like even when we were working on menu list together, like that was also one learning point of mine, and like many people that are in startups probably go through it. Like one person's putting in more effort than the other, right? And for us, it was like for us it was a unique scenario because like two of us were in school and we're all in like unique like financial situations from like the places that we come from, right? And like most people probably like a lot of people probably go through that experience when running a startup, like one person's putting in more effort than the other. And even for Menuless, when I continued on with two of my other friends, like it was similar to that where people there wasn't a lot of motivation to keep going, and like one person was probably putting in more effort than the others.
I
And
see.
yeah, because of that, that was one reason why I just want to stop working on it for possibly permanently or just for a bit, maybe like sit on the idea
Okay.
for a few years. Also, there's just a big thing that I learned from a podcast, like the Founders Podcast, and it was basically Jay Gould, who was a big
Mm.
banker or something. I honestly forget what he does, but my main learning point from the podcast was that you need to focus your attention on one thing. And when you focus your attention on one thing, just go all in on that and try to make that a thing that's really successful. So for me, that right now is the agency, like my digital marketing agency. And since that's working, it's important that I continue to scale that until there's no more room to scale, and then I focus on something else, but one thing always at once. Like
Interesting.
the thing that I'm doing right now is like I'm focusing all of my energy into marketing. So this podcast, I see it as marketing as well, that I'm learning marketing in a different way. That also helps me with the agency too.
Interesting.
Mm.
Sharaf, do you have like the same views on it? Like you and Mirzu kind of focused everything on it and you felt like it wasn't fairly done because you guys spent more time than others on it?
Um, I think that if I'll be honest, a lot of there was a lot of issues with the amount of progress we would be making in menu list. Um, for me specifically, it was COVID. I was doing full-time schooling and I was trying to do menu list at the same time. For me, that created a lot of anxiety and stress trying to manage all those at the same time, not having
Yeah, I
time
bet.
to do other works and things. And then for me,
Mm.
I just like from the anxiety, I would procrastinate a lot. And so just like mundane tasks in menu lists, it would take me a lot of time to do.
Yeah, I feel that.
And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of different things. Like, for example, in menu lists, um, in terms of our intentions going into the startup, that's really, really important. And I feel like for us, it was flawed. One intention that we
Mm.
had
Yeah.
was that we wanted to use menu lists as a stepping stone to get a lot of money and then like set our lives up to do
Yeah.
Yeah.
bigger, better things. Like one thing was this was literally the dream, and we'd be talking about this day in and day out. Hey, like in the early days of Menuless, we were like, yo, by next year, we're gonna move out to California with the money that we make from Menuless, and we're gonna take deferral years, all of us, and we're just gonna work on Menuless, make it into the millions. And uh I don't know. We tried to make it go into the
Interesting.
millions, even though we didn't really like focus on the basics. I guess we were just overstepping. We
Yeah.
were imagining too hard.
Okay.
Um,
So it was more of
yeah.
like a reality check for you guys.
It
Yeah,
was a
exactly.
reality check. It was a big reality check because we weren't making bank or anything. We weren't making much monthly recurring revenue. Um, but at the same time, we're applying to the biggest incubators in the world, Y Combinator. And crazy grants that like you only get once you get your startup to like once you work on your startup for like years, months to years, and you see crazy progress.
Yeah, or if
Um,
you've done
yo,
something really successful in your past in the past in your career. But yeah, what
mm,
were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, yo, you know what's crazy? I was taking this marketing course at Queen's this semester, And there's 4 conditions for a startup. In my marketing class, we were looking at 4 conditions to go or not go and pursue a venture. And when I think about it, Menulist, like fundamentally just looking at those 4 concepts, Menulist does not even meet every single concept. And I have not talked about this with Marzouk yet, so let me talk about it right now.
Let's do it.
So, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's pull it up.
Well, while you
The four
pull it up,
conditions. Yeah,
oh, you got it. But
I got it out.
yeah, I just wanted to say that like one main reason why we probably failed is because we weren't tracking week over week growth, and we were making goals that were too ambitious for us and too difficult to achieve. And because of that, it was just like crippling, like it was just giving like it was just limiting us to actually act because the stuff that we were trying to achieve was way too ahead for us. Like
Puta madre. Fuck, bro. Yo, you're actually so right. And on a real note, let me bring in some personal experience on this. This isn't only for startups, this is also for, I guess, ourselves. We tend to look at other people. We tend to see other people and be like, hey, I want to be like that. We set up crazy goals, crazy plans for our lives. And it's just really hard sometimes to see it play out in reality and realize, hey, things are failing. For me, a lot of things did fail since 2020, the pandemic. And for example, I was like, hey, I want to become financially stable with Menuless. In terms of me with plans, I would say in general that it's best to compare not only your startup to how you're performing in like the last week, instead of looking at your startup and comparing it to other big startups, but with yourself, compare yourself not with people you aspire to be, but with yourself from yesterday.
yeah,
And for me, one big thing that I was doing during the startup phase was I created an entire game plan for my life. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to Queens with ComSci. I'm gonna go with Menulist and make millions by like 3rd year of university. I'm gonna graduate with ComSci, go into medical school. I'm gonna
Jesus,
make startups. I'm gonna make
so
startups during
ambitious.
medical school. Make startups during medical school. I become a family doctor. I make startups on the side as a family doctor. By the age of 40, I will transition into what was it? Transition into politics. And I'll be like, hey, by this age, I'm going to be impacting millions of people around the world. But for me, this was bogging me down so much mentally. I was getting so much anxiety when every little thing was not working out. Like, hey, Menulist did not work out. My grades, I wasn't getting like the A pluses I was trying to get. I was getting like C pluses. And so that was a big shock for me. University, the kind of studying methods for university just was not working out. And then once these things started failing more and more, I once these stuff started failing more and more, I had more pressure on myself to do even better, like in a shorter time constraint. And that would make me very anxious, very stressed out. And what's crazy is by last year, I was like so far behind in my medical school process and my entire life goals that I couldn't focus on school. I failed every single course that I had, 5 courses. And I didn't even finish the courses. I was having crippling anxiety. And by like the end of summer last year, I was actually suicidal. And like it's like huge, bro. Like comparing yourself to your plans versus comparing yourself to yourself the day before and just seeing that minor improvement, it's huge. Not only for startups, but also for yourself.
Definitely, yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
You can't put too much pressure on yourself. Like it's always good to stay ambitious and like keep those goals, but Like you can't think about that like end vision every single day. Like, yo, am I making moves towards like, becoming an influential figure in politics? Like you can't think about that every day. You need like that goal is like necessary for ambitious people. Like you got to stay ambitious, not kill your dreams and like give them up. But you for day to day, you just need to think about what am I going to do tomorrow and what did I do today? So what did I do
Mm,
today to move myself forward from what I was yesterday? And you just
mm,
and then you need to plan what you're going to do tomorrow to move yourself forward from what you were today. Just simple as that.
mm. I understand that to the listeners out there, this probably sounds very like holy. This is not much tech related, but yo, this is an important aspect of life, and it does really tie into tech, and I'll explain you why. So, okay, as Marzouk said, we have to create balance, a balance between our ambitions and goals versus comparing ourselves to ourselves yesterday, and not being too hard on ourselves because hey, at the end of the day, we make our effort but the outcomes isn't always in our hands. But nonetheless, like for me, I don't know, it's like really it was hard because I I was failing so miserably. I was like, yo, where am I gonna end up? I had so many goals, but where am I right now? I'm failing my classes. I don't have any startup experience in the last like year because I got off menuless and like it was just like really hard on me mentally. But at the same time, people are all saying, hey, Sharaf, yo, you are capable. Um, I don't know. It's important to always believe in yourself because if you don't believe in yourself, who will? You have to have your
Yeah.
confidence. If you don't have your confidence in yourself, then who will have confidence in you? Come on, man. Fix up. Um, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say that a lot of these kind of life lessons and life kind of things that get involved, it does really impact how you approach startup life. It's important to try and stay consistent, which was something that me and Marzouk, I'd say me definitely had difficulty in terms of the amount of work you output in your startup or in whatever you do tech wise, whatever you do career wise. Um, brain fart. What was I gonna say, bro?
You were gonna
Yeah.
bring up like the four, what is it called? Like the four things about a startup and say like
Yeah.
menuless wasn't.
Oh,
Before that, though, before
goddamn,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Okay, before that, I remember, um, a lot of things just pop up in life, and like for me, bro.
Hey, so I just want to take a quick break to let you guys know that if there are any business owners listening, I run a growth marketing agency, and we help businesses scale profitably. We're currently helping clients across all industries from education to staffing software, as well as an air purifier company, and we're helping them all grow their market share profitably. So it's crucial to be greedy when others are fearful because the entire market right now is fearful, and I want you to take advantage of this. So I want you to know that I put a link in the description to book a complimentary call with me, just a little gift from me to you. And my brother and I will go over some marketing strategy for you so you could get the ball rolling and so that you could take advantage of this current market.
It's like startups is like an art. You got people like Mona Lisa. How long do you think that took to make? Bro, that took like 19 years, bro. That little piece of shit, bro. That little thing, bro. It's literally the size of like this. I went to Paris and I saw it myself like with my own eyes. It's like this big, but like so many people are looking at it. And that kind of a art, I would think that it'd take like a year. But in actual fact, it took at least 15 years to make that. I think it's 17 to be exact. And startups is the same thing. It takes time, and we have to just put in consistent work. Sometimes it does not work out because you have a lot of things outside of your startup that you're trying to focus on. And I don't know, it's just an art. With this art, you have to understand that there are four fundamental factors that help you understand if your venture is a go or no go. These 4 ventures, I'll quickly go over them. One is that your idea has to have real value to the end user. That's 1. 2, it has to solve a painful, serious problem. 3, it has to have a large enough market and have a good enough profitability scale to be worth your time. And 4, there has to be good timing and fit for your company. So just a bit more in depth in those 4 aspects. Number 1, real value to the end user. It can't just be a solution that does not, it has a startup and companies in general, they have to actually solve problems, not just be a solution to some kind of problem that you make up. It has to be an actual problem that you're focusing on. 2, it has to solve a painful, serious problem. 3, large enough market and profitability. And 4, good timing and fit for the company. If I look at menu lists, in terms of large enough market and profitability scale, bro, we were out here spending over a day's worth of work, like 14 hours on creating this QR code menu for a restaurant. And we'd be only getting in return like $140 as the payment for that 14 hours of work. We were trying to go into possibly like automating the entire process, but I don't know. We were still, again, thinking about the big goal and hey, we're gonna one day go and make like millions off of automation. We should have focused on like our current pay scale, because I think it was like very low output for a lot of input in our side of things.
It was also like, so the timing was horrible. Like people weren't even able to pay like $20, just $20 a
That's true.
year, just $20 a year for QR code menu. It wasn't really like a huge need for restaurants at that time. So there's a timing thing in that. And then there's also, what is it? Like if it was the right timing, then we would be able to price it differently, like maybe $5, like $10, $15 a month. And then once we actually get traction, then being able to build like the further components of MenuList, which would have been payments through MenuList. And with that, we would have like gained like decent bank just from transactional revenue.
Who came up with the pricing? Was it like your job as well, or?
Yeah, that was like we spent like a month or something figuring out the pricing.
Like, did you have someone making the final decisions that you had to go to, or was it like freestyle? You can kind of make your own decisions as you go.
Yeah,
The way we structured our company was, we all were the decision makers because there's only like 3 people on the company. We would, whatever decision we make, we would all run it through each other and we would make the decisions as a group. But I guess like in terms of the overall structure of the company, I was focusing on like operations and sales, at least under our titles. Marzik was focusing on the technology sides of things, hence why he's running a podcast right now. And Ahmed, he was focusing on the finance side of things. This guy was a big crypto genius. He could possibly be a big guest on your pod talking about crypto and finance and all of that.
Yeah,
good
100%.
stuff. But yeah, we did have our general roles, but we made our decisions together.
Interesting. Yeah, because like, so was $20 for the whole year for the menu list?
That's what we started selling to people as like a last resort.
Oh,
So
okay. So that
when
wasn't your
people
starting
We were
point.
no, when
No,
people
okay.
weren't accepting like $200 a year, then we went down to $20 and the person was like, yo, come back to me and then I will let you know for $20. And then we come back and they said no.
Bro, there's this time. Okay, so I was in Scarborough and in the Sahan area, Sahan restaurant. By the way, my favorite food is Somali food, and my favorite restaurant is Sahan's. Bro, that place is amazing. I still love that owner to
Yeah.
death. He was actually our first client. But anyways, we're in that area. We went to we hit every single restaurant in that area, and there were restaurants in there that were like we would offer our shit for $20. Like we would spend hours on our work and we would offer it for only $20. We'd be like, yo, this is basically free. And we had owners screaming at us, telling us to get the fuck out of the store, out of their stores. And I'm like,
Damn.
bro,
Just for the price of a meal.
it's but like to be honest, these owners, they probably went through a lot of like scammy kind of people walking into their stores. So they had a lot of trust issues with us. And another thing is it was during the height of the pandemic. They did not have any bank at all. They're trying to make some kind of money to just stay afloat and keep their restaurants alive. So like in terms of timing, we were not in a good timing for targeting towards like small restaurants like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like the business is still like it makes a lot of sense. Just like sell to franchises, get like build the software out, sell to franchises, and then continuously do that and just build the business up, make make the initial sale, and then make bank through transactional revenue.
I think it's
Right.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that like to wrap this entire section up, kind of the main idea over here is that what I learned from working on Menuless, working on like a few other small projects, then the agency now the podcast too, is that you need to the main thing that you need to do if you want to get into business or startup is just to do something. Like even if you have the most shitty app idea, just like don't just keep thinking about it. Just build it and get it out there and then get people's opinions. If you don't get any users, then start working on another idea, start working on anything. But once you start working on it and then you get people's opinions, then that directs you to your major breakthrough that you're going to eventually have. But you need to be actually doing something. You can't just like going through like mental masturbation and shit and like not doing anything.
Mm,
Actions always
yeah.
beat thinking. Well, most
Sometimes
of the
that mental
times.
max, sometimes that mental masturbation manifests into physical, and you gotta be careful that it doesn't do that. All right, you can't be wanking your hand off, having like a big like right arm and then like not anything on your left arm. Come on, man. You have a wife to consider in your future, so keep that in mind.
I was just gonna say, like, it's interesting that you guys mentioned timing with Menuless. Do you think that now that we're in more of an artificial intelligence lab slash Web3 like environment, you think it would be a lot easier to kind of implement Menuless now since everything is going more towards the technology route?
Hell no. Hell no. The
Why?
reason why is because, bro, the market is saturated. I mean, timing is one big thing, but another thing is there has to be a large enough market and profitability. Whatever restaurants we had and under our belt at that time, like if we're looking at QR code menus or something similar to that, most restaurants have already fulfilled that need. When we were in the pandemic, most of the restaurants already, we walked into a oversaturated market. Most restaurants already that were willing to pay good money for QR code menus, they already had their QR code menus. And the small businesses, like even today, whichever ones that they feel like they would be open to creating using QR code menus, all of them already have that by now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess if you have like if you've already succeeded and now you're trying to start a second business, then Menuless would be a good business to start for us as like something that we want to like make our first bank off of probably isn't the best. Too much pressure.
Interesting.
But in
Yeah.
terms of market timing, like I think with the stuff that we had in the plans, like all of that could still be sold to restaurants.
Interesting.
I humbly disagree.
But it just has to be a bigger player, you know? Like with solid digital marketing, like with AI blogging and all, like of the digital marketing stuff that I do, it's not that difficult to get your search ranking high for your QR menu business. And besides that, it just all depends on your pricing model. Like I think Alex Hermosi's pricing like offers course is like something that every business owner should go through. It's a free course on his acquisitions.com website, and it just walks you through how to create offers that people would easily like they're just no-brainer offers that anyone would agree to. So with that type of offer and just like referral bonus and like bonus offers, stuff like that, it's not that hard to build this if you're already successful.
Damn, bro, I'm getting a boner hearing this. Uh, what kind of things does Alex Mosey go over?
So he just goes over some like I guess it's common sense stuff, but not common sense at the same time. But basically incentivizing your the person that you're selling to using like copywriting it in a way, but you basically you you speak about the value that they're getting and you create your offer around that. So you're not saying like so for example, like if I'm selling my marketing services to a business, I'm not going to say that like we're going to get them like 500,000 visitors in a month or something, right? They don't really care about how many visitors they're getting. It doesn't even matter if they're getting it in a month. Like I need to speak about my offer should be like we're going to double your revenue in this amount of time, and this is how we're going to do it. So our offer is that we're going to double your revenue within 6 months using search traffic. So that's just a clear offer, like the value that they're going to get, how long it'll take, and how we're going to do it. But it goes a lot more in depth in the course.
Interesting. So have you actually taken the course or are you actively doing it right now?
Yeah, I've done it like twice, and I go
Oh,
over
damn.
I go over like it's like something that you should refer to whenever you're stuck or you're not making like growth like like you'd like to. So I write like sales emails for one of our clients, and each week I try to improve my like the offers in my emails as much as I can so that we like improve the success rates of those email campaigns. So that's what I mainly use it for at the moment. And
Interesting.
whenever I think about like projects and stuff, like eventually once we start creating projects for Digital Street, like we might give away like actual fully built programs to our audience. Once I do that, then I'll start thinking about like offers and stuff. Like I create I always want to create the product and then just every product that I create just go through his offers course before I start marketing it.
Good plan.
I'm a bust a nut.
So yeah, like,
Yeah.
do you guys want to keep staying in the startup realm or kind of diverge into the next topic? If you have anything else to add.
It's good from my side. How about you, Sharaf?
I'm Gucci.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think it's definitely been good. Like me personally, I'm not as big into business as you guys. I've personally never done startups like that. but I think like hearing from your perspective definitely helped me like kind of get what the normal startup will go through, even if it's unsuccessful. So now I think we can diverge into neurotech, something that Sharaf has been very excited about. So if you want to start us off, Sharaf, that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure.
I guess
I've
you
been
could talk
working
about
in,
your experience with Odak, right?
I could do that. Uh, Basically, ODAC is ADHD treatment using brain computer headbands. It's called BCI technology. And I'm basically using like brainwave headbands that sense your brainwave frequencies, and I'm creating a ADHD treatment with that. Came up with that idea in high school, and mm, it's been working pretty well. I was able to make it into a pretty nice entrepreneurship incubator, and validate my idea. Um, I'm kind of working on it right now. Uh, it's I feel like me to get that idea, it was, bro, what was the question again?
Like,
Like just talking about your experience with neurotech and like explaining like your startup or whatever you have going on with that. Uh,
yeah, you could talk about your experience with like DMZ, how you got like the free headband and stuff, and like how that, I guess, like it introduced you to the startup world.
But I would say that that would be probably like my one big startup, my first big startup that I tried to work on. This was like grade 11 summer. I heard about this program where you could get a free entrepreneurship incubator education on like just startups. And I was like, hey, I want to try this out. Let me make some bank for my fam, get myself out the hood, and so I was talking with a lot of friends on, yo, I have no experience at all with startups. How do I make a crazy tech related idea out of nothing? Um, and I got some ideas. I got some recommendations on ways to ideate. And one of them was what Bill Gates does, which is he takes weeks off just to think. He becomes like a monk for a week, and he does not really do much like work, and instead he's just thinking by himself for a long time. So I tried that myself, and I was like, yo, I got ADHD. My entire fam probably got ADHD. Um, let's think of ways to help solve this problem. The problem with ADHD medication is that it's like really expensive, and it's the side effects are not good. So if there's a way to minimize both of those aspects, that would be pretty sick. And so I was just like looking at different ways, and I came across brainwave headbands. Hey, maybe this might be a good way to treat ADHD. And I looked more into it. I was like, yo, this is pretty solid. So I proposed this idea to the DMZ incubator. And it was just as simple as that. I just had an idea, and I got my foot in the door. They accepted me, and I had an entire month's worth of company startup business education. I met a lot of cool people, and yeah, I mean, it's just like getting into the tech world isn't really hard. It's just trying to get your foot in the door. How are you going to do that? Um, it's just a big mental block usually.
Yeah,
But
I guess
nonetheless, yeah.
just goes back to that one thing. Like that's probably the most difficult thing that us young people like have. Like in in the West, like in North America over here, or at least in Canada, we have so many opportunities. And like unlike North Korea, like in North Korea, they're just like they're told what to do. And I guess like they have a simple life and probably like a limited life, which isn't ideal, but they have a simple life too, in the sense that they just get told what to do and they don't have to think much. They just like we have to make a lot of decisions in our life over here, and over there they can't make decisions, but like they also don't have to. Like they just don't have to make any decisions. All they have to worry about is making enough money to eat and then just enjoying life. So over here, we have to worry about all of these life decisions, and there are so many like alhamdulillah, like we're able to think, right? We have like decent enough IQs to be able to do whatever we want to. And because of that, there's so many opportunities like that are open up to us. But like as young people, we don't know what to pursue, and then we end up not pursuing anything. So the
Mm-hmm.
main thing, which I said before too, is that like just to get started on something, like start actually building something, and then getting into the tech scene isn't hard at all. Once you actually start doing shit, when you do something, then people see what you're doing, and if you do it long enough, then you could be successful too. Why are you laughing?
No, I guess what you said about North Korea is funny. I think like to say it in the best way possible, I think it's a privilege to be able to make decisions
Yeah, of
and kind
course.
of follow your passion or whatever you want to call it. I think like people in North Korea, if they could have the chance to make decisions, I'm sure they would choose that path 100% more of the time. I also wanted to add, like,
100% more of the time.
yeah, listen, my English is not my first language. I'm still an immigrant, unlike you, okay? Marzouk is a fake
Yeah.
immigrant. Anyways, uh,
Ah.
I wanted to know, like, I wanted to know more about like Sharaf's Neurotech startup or whatever. Like, I don't know if you were about to go into it before I said anything. Like, I want, if that's okay with you, I'd like you to go a little bit more deeper in it.
Mm. I can't go too deep because I'm not trying to sell out my idea. But one thing I would say, as to allude to what Marzouk said, bro, getting into the tech space is not hard. And what you'll realize once you get into the tech space is not many people know what they're doing. They don't know shit. I had my ADHD treatment idea, and I was trying to find people who are like experts in this field. And when I was talking to other tech founders and just business advisors and all these kind of people, they're like, hey, no, you got to really explain your idea to me. And they would act like just like regular street folk, and they're like, yo, I don't understand your idea. I don't understand the specifics. You probably know a lot more than me. Just you have to convince me. And like people don't know a lot. Uh, and I don't know. I just feel like you'd realize that once you we realize that once we start like working on our startups. And it's not as like big of a persona kind of thing as that we think it is. Many people just like start praising you like crazy. They think that creating a startup is huge. It's like hard to do. But bro, that's just in the movies, man. To make a startup, it actually is not that much mental energy. I mean, there's a lot of mental barriers, but if you overcome those, you just don't be a pussy, bro. Man up. Don't be a pussy.
Hey, just another quick break. So in the past break, I didn't let you know the link of our main website. So if you aren't able to check the description right now, it's trailblazermarketing.com. So trailblazermktg.com. And yeah, just book a complimentary call and let's move the ball forward for your marketing efforts, and so they could take more market share that your competitors are currently stealing from you.
uh it's not it's not hard
So like everyone's
to
kind of in the
know
same
a
boat,
lot.
is what you're trying to
I would say
say?
so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
A big thing.
I would blame that a lot on the school system. Like we're we're trained to like over prepare for stuff, and we're trained to become pussies basically. And it's like it
Big
doesn't
statement. Boom, 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 boom.
like it just it's completely against what a startup founder should be like. Like like as a startup founder, you can't be a pussy. Like you gotta like get it. Like you can't fear anything, and you gotta just start trying shit, right? And
Yeah,
like
bro.
like thinking
Fam.
thinking about how like all these like startup founders are, like so successful, and like they've done so much is like because of all of this like preparation that we've had from school. Like these like we think that these guys have been prepared so much, like they probably come from like families that have prepared them so much or something like that.
Yo, my homie, on the side note, like you're completely nailing the point. Uh, you just have to increase your risk tolerance, bro. Don't be pussy, bro. Don't be pussy. Um, One thing I realized is that my risk tolerance did generally go up since I created a lot of startups. And I know this because when I'm in Kingston, bro, I would jaywalk like crazy. Maybe this is just a Toronto thing, but I would jaywalk like crazy. I'm walking with people and they'll start screaming at me, yo, what the hell? Yo, you almost got us killed. But yo, I'm gonna tell you this. I never got honked at by a car. Have you guys? Hmm?
Damn.
I
Hmm?
don't think I
Hmm?
have either.
Yeah, bro. Come on. You just have to because you created tech startups too, bro. It's easy, bro. It's easy. You just have to increase your risk tolerance. Don't be
Bro,
pussy. Like
I
one
I
big thing.
introduced
Yeah.
jaywalking to my city when I moved from Melville.
Oh, that's wild. That's wild. That's wild. Is that what you did?
Yeah, that's like
Bro,
the main
and
thing.
see, fam, and you could also already see that like the IQ percentage in your city right now, it increased since the time you walked in because you introduced jaywalking. Bro, just increase your risk tolerance, bro. Like we only
Exactly.
have one life, bro. Not many people know more than you, bro. Bro,
That's
listen.
facts.
Um, fam, you think that these experts, they know everything in life. And yo, I'm never gonna be amounting to any of these people. Hey, these millionaires, hey, these people who are extremely successful, yo, they probably know so much. I'm not on their league at all. My boy, bro.
Hey, this is the final reminder. You got to check the description. I put a link to book a complimentary call with me and my brother so that we could go over your marketing strategy. And I made this link just for this podcast, so check it out, book a call, and let's move the ball forward in your marketing strategy so that you can take more market share and take advantage of all these customers that want your business, but your competitors are currently stealing it from you.
Bro, listen. You have like these successful people that we're looking up to, bro, they're as vulnerable. They're humans like us. They just make a lot of risky moves, and turns out many of the times those risky moves pay out. And we just have to do the same thing. We talk to those people, and we'd realize that we'd realize that they're as much of a they're in as much of a risky position as we are. Like they don't know shit. They're just winging it. And
Yeah,
not many
everyone
people
is.
do wing it. Yeah.
But yeah, like all of this to say, like most people that are listening to this will not like learn anything from this other unless they actually start acting and doing stuff for themselves, because I'm sure that while we were working on startups, we listened to a bunch of advice similar to this, but we didn't give it much importance because we didn't have our own experiences to back to give that like all of that stuff value. So all of this stuff we're saying is valuable, but get you won't like move further just by listening to us, like, or you probably won't even move further just by listening to all of this advice if you aren't already acting on something. So if you're not doing anything, just like honestly, just close this podcast right now and start doing something.
Exactly. Like the video before you close it. But yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
subscribe
and
and
subscribe
follow
And
my
too, bro.
video
subscribe.
and
And
retweet
also
and
share to
like
your and also please share to your favorite share to your girl.
No,
Share it to
your
your
girl's
mom.
already
Share
listening
it to
to
your
this,
moms.
Sandy.
Your girls are listening.
She's in the
Oh, for
audience in the
real, for real.
metaverse.
Bro, okay, then yo, my girl, share it with your friends and share those with those friends. Yo, you friends, share with your moms too. I need some marriage candidates too. Come on, I like my MILFs.
But yeah, let's drop some knowledge bombs for these MILFs now about neurotech. So I could go a bit into neurotech so that our viewers could you guys could learn a bit about neurotech, get introduced to the space, and possibly start doing something cool in it. So I learned a bit about neurotech like a couple of years ago, and I was in this program called TKS, and because of that, I got introduced to this, and it's an emerging space. Obviously, well, it's not obvious, but it's going to take like 5 to 10 years to make actual progress, probably even longer. But what I was really fascinated from the space was that there's 3 ways you could get introduced to neurotech, which is one way is through BCIs, which is brain computer interfaces is the central term, which includes all of these neurotech devices, right? And they all are built on brain computer interfaces. So there are 3 types of brain computer interfaces. There are non-invasive, which are those headbands and stuff that you see people wearing on their heads, and those are non-invasive. And there's semi-invasive BCIs as well, which they are implanted partially into your brain, but they don't go too deep into your brain. And because of that, they're able to read less of your brain activity. And then there's actual chips that go deeper into your actual skull, and they actually touch your brain a lot more. And that's what Neuralink is building. And so all of these 3 different levels, they are able to read your brain waves based on those levels. So the non-invasive is able to read the least amount of brain waves, and it won't get as in-depth and accurate. And then semi-invasive goes further, and invasive goes the furthest. And one really cool thing about this entire neurotech space that I was extremely fascinated about was the neural code. So people are trying to study our neural code, which is basically understanding how our brain functions, which I don't know if it ever will happen, or maybe with quantum computers and AI, will it be able to understand our brain completely. Once we do that, then these people are trying to work on this thing called neural code, which cracks the code of our brain and enables us to be able to program our brain in a certain way. So what's fascinating about that is like once Neuralink comes out, maybe a possibility would be that in the future with Neuralink, you're able to actually program your brain yourself and superpower yourself.
Damn, boy.
Damn.
I could see a lot of like concerns with Neuralink with regard to like ethics and privacy. Like imagine, bro, I feel like something like Neuralink would require a huge cybersecurity base where they have to make sure that hackers don't, I don't know, hack your Neuralink that's chipped inside your mind. I would
Yeah.
think that a lot of like big politicians or like whoever's like more attractive to other people, like in terms of politics or like business, these business people, if they're using these chips, there's going to be a lot of people trying to hack in to their minds and maybe collect data, collect information that's very private and sensitive, or actually alter their brains and I don't know, some way dispose of them, get rid of them.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. We spoke about that a few pod episodes ago too. about like the dangers of this technology. And yeah, I don't know what cybersecurity measures would need to happen for this technology to actually be used. Maybe Sadra would know a bit about what could
Uh,
potentially be happening.
yeah, I mean, I think we can already use the ones that are required to us in terms of cybersecurity. If you have, if you're just in collaboration with any kind of data center like Equinix or any kind of big, yeah, any kind of big data center, I'm sure they have their own cybersecurity measures already because they're a data center. They already have data to protect. If you just implement that into like Neurotech, like you said, then I'm sure there won't be a problem with keeping it secure. Now, my main concern, like Sharaf said, was the brain is a very like vulnerable part, right? If you do get access to that, let's say you do get access, you hack it some way, you get past the firewalls. If you get access to someone's brain, you can potentially end their life, or they basically become your slave at that point. You can do anything you want to them because if you have access to the brain, then they're a
Damn,
completely
that's some
different
kinky
person.
shit.
So yeah, I think yeah, like you said, there's some advantages and disadvantages, but I think for me, in my opinion, and I think we're too early to kind of tell what's going to be happening with neurotech.
Yeah. One of like the big statements with Neuralink is that a lot of the things are in testing right now. They're still very, very early in their stages of testing. Um, they are working, they have made considerable progress. Like they are working with monkeys and different kind of animals and seeing how these animals could move things on their screen with just the thoughts of the monkey. And it's cool. Neuralink, it's specifically designed, I mean, its mission statement is to help with neurodegenerative disorders or any kind of like disorder like epilepsy, maybe ADHD, dyslexia, and help people who have those kind of impairments. Um, but in terms of like how far Neuralink has progressed so far, they haven't made much progress. In 2020, Elon Musk did announce that he got FDA approval for doing further testing with Neuralink, but general knowledge is that the kind of effects, consequences, and uses for Neuralink right now it's just way too early to know what kind of implications and applications Neuralink will have in the wider consumer market.
I agree. I agree. I totally agree.
Yes, I guess we could segue into the AI or human made segment now.
All right. Give me like 5 seconds to set it up, and then have you explained to Sharaf what exactly it is?
Yeah, I could just explain it to Sharaf while you set it up. So basically, Sadra's prepped a few actual AI images. So
Mm.
images created with Stable Diffusion or DALL-E or Knight's Cafe. And he's found a few actual images created by humans or taken by humans. And you're going to have to guess whether each picture is AI or human generated. And
Yeah, you mentioned to me this very, very shortly before the podcast started. And we are talking about how, yo, are my OnlyFans feet pics going to be on this AI
Maybe,
segment?
bro.
I don't know.
Maybe.
you never
Stay
know.
tuned, viewers. Stay tuned. You never know. Actually, we will know in a minute. Let's get ready.
All right. Yeah, give me a few
Free content
seconds.
for all of y'all. Let's go.
Yeah, what I was thinking was also when we thought of bringing Sharaf on. So Sharaf is Bengali, his background's Bengali, and I listened to the My First Million podcast, and
Okay.
th their first guest was also Bengali. So You never know. In 2 years, we might be big, and then we get Sharaf on, who is also bigger at that time, inshallah. And then we just continue
Inshallah.
having Sharaf on as a regular pod guest, just like My First Million keeps bringing on their boys once they become more and more successful.
For sure, yeah.
Jeez.
But
Let's
yeah,
go. Let's
Sharaf,
go.
that's the
Yeah.
motivation for you. The guy's name is Moiz Ali. He's a really successful Bengali guy. So Sharaf's son is Moiz Ali.
I already know I don't fuck with I already know I don't fuck with him, bro. I don't know.
What?
It's just something about his vibes that I've
This
interpreted so
guy.
far. But yo, business is all about trends, bro. You see, My First Million, they got a Bengalian for the first guest. We got the Digital Street getting their first guest as a Bengali. Come on, man. We're going up, okay? So you viewers, stay tuned. Subscribe, hit that bell notification bell. And like the video. And let's get into the segment.
Perfect. All right, let's get started.
How are human made? You be the judge of that.
This is I'm not sure if you guys can see it.
Yeah, we
Bro,
could see it.
So yeah, you have to tell me if this is AI made or if it's human made.
why does he
Is
look like
that
he's gonna choke a glizzy?
is that after Will Smith slapped the other guy?
I
I think this happened,
I
right?
No,
don't remember the
I think that's him slapping. No, that's him choking the guy,
I think
right?
that's
be.
live footage of him slapping what's his name? You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Will
like when you
Yeah,
Smith.
bro, that's a
yeah.
little
Chris Rock, yeah.
bro, it looks like he's choking Chris Rock. Maybe this is like a POV from maybe Chris Rock was wearing Snapchat lenses and then he recorded this.
This guy was
But
Twitch
yo,
streaming. He was literally Twitch streaming.
there you go, there you go. No, he was about to suck a glizzy, bro. That's what he looks like. He's getting ready.
Damn, you seem like you're talking from experience.
Yo.
Bro, I swear you're not wrong. But what I will say is this is AI.
What about you, Marzook?
Yeah, this has to be AI.
Yeah, you guys are right. This is AI. I think I used this
Let's fucking
using
go.
I actually didn't make this. Uh, there's some samples from Midjourney that I took. You know, Midjourney isn't free anymore, but yeah, this is one of the pictures there. So yeah, you guys are 1 for 1. Congrats.
We just up like that. We go on Mid Journey. We are already
Exactly.
premium subscribers. Come on, bro. We already have a big budget.
All right, next picture.
Damn, bro. That's my
Gotta keep
pussy
it simple.
when I listen to this
Whoa.
podcast. And this is how my girl feels when she listens to this podcast.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that's human made.
That is, bro. Why is that hand so white? The hand is so white, bro. It's like
It's too
it got
white
like
for
third degree burns. It's too white, bro. It's too white. I say it's AI.
It's actually human made, bro.
What?
This is
Yeah, who
my
has a
hand. I
hand that
literally took
white,
a
man?
picture like that 3 weeks
Wait,
ago.
for real?
No, I'm joking. I don't know whose hand that is, but yeah, that is a pretty white
Yo,
hand.
I'm not racist, but yo, the hand is too white.
That's Sandra checking the temperature of the water from my bath.
You guys bath together? I didn't even know that.
We
No, he
shower
just
together, we bath together, we sleep together.
Yo, it's
yeah,
on a side note,
metaverse.
it's really important for co-founders in a business to have
Exactly.
good bonding experiences. And so, as you can see over here, this is Sadra's hand getting the water ready for Marzouk to go in a bath with him.
All right, next
Just
picture.
like from Suits, how those
Bro,
like
what the hell is that, man?
This is supposed to be a picture
chip?
of Manhattan from
Oh,
up
what the
above.
hell?
Bro, I can't even see that, bro. Why did you
Oh, you
like
can't see it? Let me. Is this better?
A bit more, a bit more.
No, that's AI made.
Beautiful.
Is that even the
What
entire
is that?
skyline?
This is supposed to be Manhattan. Like,
That's Manhattan?
Yeah.
Yo, that looks like inside of my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. No way, bro. This looks like something from Blade Runner. This is insane. I would say it is AI
Merzouk.
fake.
Yeah, it has to be. It's
No,
too
it's
small.
real.
What the hell?
Yeah,
How is
this
What?
that
is
the entire
real.
skyline?
Bro,
But I don't know, but
oh,
That
this
doesn't
was
make
on a news
sense.
article.
Yo,
Apparently, this
that
is
news
like
no, I'm gonna
article used
start.
the AI image.
it was the whole news article was about AI. It was
Damn,
Okay, yeah,
created
bro.
with
I'm gonna
they're
AI.
link to
probably
this later
trolling.
on.
Yeah. All right, next picture. Oh, wait.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
AI.
Zoom in, zoom in.
Zoom in.
What the hell is that? Yo, this looks like the house in every horror movie.
It does still.
Slender
My,
Man's in there, in it.
my dream home.
Uh, your dream home? I feel like this is so fake it has to be real. This is
Re-
real.
This is real, Merzouk?
No, that's AI made.
Yeah, this is AI made.
Bro,
Made this
I'm like
with
0 for
Dolly.
4.
I think you got one, but Merzouk is winning right now. All right, now let's go back
Oh,
here.
damn, we're competing. I just took that in.
Of course, bro.
Oh, is this in North
I
Korea?
thought it was
No,
just gonna be Sharaf at the
I stuck
start.
for Allah, bro. I stuck for Allah, bro. I'm so racist.
This is Korean.
I'm gonna get canceled, bro. Yo, I apologize to my Asian brethren.
That's actually hard.
This has to be Marzook, tell your guess. I know what this is.
Yo, that's my boy on IG. I follow him. I see him post it like a few days ago.
Oh, for real? What? Yeah. What is he looking at there?
He's looking directly into your soul.
Bro, he's really looking directly into my soul. I'm actually like
Like
petrified.
that was the
I'm
caption
so
too. Like,
hypnotized by his eyes.
It's making me hard.
For
Yeah.
real? Oh
I think
my
it's a
God.
real picture.
It has to be AI.
It is AI.
Nice.
It is AI. Yeah, this was
Mm.
used it was used by Midjourney, I think. Yeah. So this is AI. I think Sharaf has 2, Merzouk has 4. Let's see if Sharaf
It
can
looks
catch
like the
up.
Will Smith. It looks like the Will Smith picture. That's why I was like, yo, it's
This
AI.
one?
Yeah. It's
Oh
like the
yeah,
same
yeah.
kind of,
Texture.
yeah.
This is the next picture.
Allah.
It's probably that has to be AI.
Bro, this is so AI, bro. Like, there's no texture at all. You can see the graphics in there. Sadra, yo, I'm gonna have to take you to jail, bro. This is the worst. This is the worst picture to put on a human-made AI segment. Oh my
Bro, this
God,
is
bro. Yo,
human.
you have to go to jail. No way,
No
bro.
way.
Yeah, this is
What the
human.
hell?
You're
I
you're
forgot.
lying, bro.
I swear to God, this is human. I forgot what the animal was called,
That is not
but this
true.
is human.
That's actually crazy.
Nah,
I
bro,
know.
you're actually
That's why I
lying. You're
picked
lying.
this
You're
one. I
lying. You're lying. You're
swear.
lying.
I'll share the links after if I have to. But yeah, this is human. It was just a normal photographer.
Oh my
And I
God.
think we have a few more
I'm gonna have
pictures.
to. I'm gonna have to wank to this one too. Oh,
Wait to this one.
human made? Wait, zoom in, zoom in.
Okay.
Yo, at this point, I don't know what's the difference between AI and human. I would say this is human. This is so fake. This has to be real. Bro, like look at the lips, bro. Those look like my lips, man. Actually, yeah. Bro, I want to kiss that.
Yeah, that's probably human made too.
Bro, that's making me feel, bro, that's making me feel ways, bro.
It is
Hey,
human. Yeah, this is human made. I don't really know what kind of fish
It's
has
human
those
made?
lips, but if anyone on the podcast watching knows, for a friend, just let me know. DM me. Research
You want
purposes.
some top?
Oh yeah. This is the next one.
That is
What is that?
So I think it's a donut.
You're such a donut, man.
That's human made.
Sharaf, what do you think?
That's human made. Krispy Kreme. Let's go.
No, this is AI.
Wow.
Yeah, this was made with
The heck?
Midjourney too. Dude, Midjourney is insane, man. I don't even know how they got that kind of texture on it.
Yo, do you think I could get my own like album cover on Midjourney?
Probably. I see a lot of like
Mm.
Instagram captions. I mean, like thumbnails done with Midjourney.
Mm. You
So
can maybe
maybe.
pop that ass with Midjourney. Show that ass on IG. I got it. All right, let's go. Ugh.
AI.
Bro, why is his nose like that?
I don't know, to be honest.
That is AI. That
That
has
looks
to be
like one
no,
of those
that's
like
human made.
spy birds.
Final choice. What is it,
That's a
Sharaf?
real thing.
Human.
What about you, Marzouk?
No, AI.
It is AI. This is AI. Damn. Marzouk is smoking you. I
What's the score?
think. I don't even know.
Bro,
Like,
no, man. Yo, this is reminding me of the time we played one-on-one, Marzouk. Oh no.
I think
So
that's
on.
it. I don't have any more pictures. That was it.
Oh,
Oh
Jeez.
yo, this
no.
guy smoked me like he smoked me in basketball. This is sad.
To be
This
fair,
is
he did have
sad.
a week of practice since we did it last time. So,
Oh yeah?
he's an expert now. I
Mm.
send him feed pics and I try to let him know if it's AI or not.
Yeah,
All right. So yeah,
that's
that's
our
it for
prep.
my segment. It's a prep.
Yeah, I guess that's it for the pod. So we talked about startups, the reality of the startup experience. Sharaf, do you want to add anything about any of the topics that we spoke about, or should we start
Not
ending
really.
segment?
I feel like I'm gonna go cry from like another L that I got. Oh God. Why did you smoke me like that, bro? I thought I was a guest.
No
I'm sorry,
mercy.
I couldn't phase rugged. I couldn't phase rugged.
Oh, you're jitty on, eh? I rate it.
But yeah, so this week's Sharaf, we end off each podcast with an ending quote. So this week's ending
Mm.
quote is really fitting for what we spoke about. So it's to seek discomfort and
Or should it be rappers with puppies?
rappers what? Rappers with puppies.
Rappers with puppies, bro. Look at the back,
Damn.
bro. It's crazy. What about this segment?
Damn,
Could you
what the
name these
fuck?
rappers?
Is that an NFT?
Right over here, bro. We're in the metaverse right now.
Yo, my inner Gary V is kicking in. You better make all those NFTs. But yeah, so you guys got to seek discomfort, start actually doing shit. If you don't do anything, like we're gonna actually ban you from the podcast. Like you're not allowed to listen.
Can't watch this anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna block you,
So
bro. We're gonna
yeah,
block
so
you. I'm not even gonna let your girl listen to it.
yeah, it's not even about blocking.
No.
Like at Digital Street, we're so intelligent that like we reach out to people in such a specific way that like you're only listening to this because we chose you. Like you're
Like
chosen to
we
listen to us.
Like we
Yeah,
literally chose you, bro. Yo, you
that's
listening
just the
right
way that we
now,
reach
bro.
people.
I'm telling you, bro. We know everything about you. We know where you live. We know how many brothers you have. We know everything about you, bro. So listen up. You better seek discomfort or else.
Yeah, that's like in like a loving way, not in like a creepy way.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
care about everyone so much that like we we reach out to you in this way. Like we're just like that.
Yeah,
We're
bro. And like,
we're
yo, I
loving people.
swear, exactly. And I swear, we're gonna be like famous one day and we're gonna be popular. And once that happens, know that if you still seek discomfort, we're gonna have so much love for you. We're gonna spank your ass if you're our homie. Okay? But
Yo.
only if you're our homie. Only if you're our homie. We respect women. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else to add?
I think that last statement was spot on.
Yeah. But yeah, we only want fierce nerds in the community, like along with your girl. It's like everyone just has to be a fierce nerd. If your girl isn't a fierce nerd, then like she can't be here either. But yeah,
And bro,
it's like,
if you don't have a girl either, that's completely fine, bro. I have a small penis too. It's not really about the length, bro. It's more about your charisma, it's about your confidence. And bro, listen up. You gotta seek discomfort.
yeah, testosterone. But
No pills though.
no pills. But yeah, so just like you gotta, if you're a fierce nerd and you're listening to this, just keep the pod a secret for now. And when we're ready to open up to the public and get more listeners like you, because we want to build this as a community, and all of our listeners are one large community, and we want to eventually do events and stuff with you guys too. So you obviously don't want to have like lame people in the community, right? So just don't share it around for now. Once we're ready, we'll let you know, and then you can start sharing around with more people. But if you do know more fierce nerds though, just like share it around with them first. But yeah, that's about it for
W's
this
in the
week.
chat, boys. W's in the chat. Let's go.
All right, see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.
See you next week at Digital Street. You know it's love, yo.
Thanks, Deep Fake Tupac.
Respects Tupac and Tate. Final deep fake sign off by Yilbo Morgan Freeman.